All right. Hello, MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill. Let me try to. It's not working well. I'll just sit. All right. It's kind of cattywampus. All right. My camera's not working with me. Okay. All right. So we're not gonna be. Let's see. I just. It's not. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let me tip that up a bit. Okay, here we go. Hello, MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill. Again, now we've got two areas that are two cameras. All right, and I'm trying to get all right. So it's not gonna happen. I'll sit like this. I'm trying to get YouTube or YouTube. Let me at least. All right. Stop laughing at me. Stop it. All right. I think I got it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about MSH. Because guess what? I've had MS way too long. I thought I dealt with this. I thought I mastered it, and I thought, let's see, here we go. I'm gonna share this on Facebook and let's see, there we go. Okay, dealing with these two symptoms. All right, the symptom is that I think many of us have had this at one point in our lives. It is when your scalp or your skin itches so much that, and you don't know what it is. You just don't know what it is. Wait, clear. Hi, Dee Dee. All right, I just don't know why. All right, here we go. Okay, so we've got the MSH. We're talking about the MSH today. And I'm so glad you're here, Dee Dee. I'm so glad because you know what? My husband wanted to do some talking about things that are happening all around us. The Bible calls us to be watchful. In Matthew, it's like just watch at the demons that are coming to us, right? Watch. Be thee not deceived. That's in Matthew. Be thee not deceived at the people coming in Jesus' name and making bold statements. Um, and those bold statements could cause us to fear and to act, to think, this is food shortages happening, so I'm gonna stock up on flour, I'm gonna stock up on stuff. And that kind of pulls you into having a relationship with the world. All right, so we're going to talk about that as well. But first, let's talk about the MS itch. Back oh gosh, in the 90s, late 90s, I had scalp itch so bad that I dig my fingers into my scalp and I'd wake up with a bloody pillow. Right? And I've got really sharp nails, so like cat claws. So I could effectively strip the skin off of my body. All right. But guess what? I went to a dermatologist. I went to a doctor. I tried eliminating sodium lauryl sulfate from shampoos, thinking I had an allergy. Was given shampoo, or I was prescribed shampoo that had anti-inflammatory, hydrocortisone, that kind of stuff. Uh, Dandruff shampoos. I was offered to try. Guess what? They didn't help. They didn't. Plus, the scalp thing, as miserable as it is, it didn't take care of the itch I had all over my body. So what worked for me, and I fell into it, was there was a recipe for rinsing debris, buildup out of your hair. And it was apple cider vinegar, 50% of that, and 50% of water. If you sprayed it on your scalp and all over, because it would strip the buildup. And then baking soda was another thing. Baking soda before shampoo. But for what I'm talking about, relieving that itch, that apple cider, 50% apple cider vinegar and 50% water. Before I went to bed, if I drenched my head, hi Tim, if I drenched it, hi Beth, if I drenched my scalp and my hair and I sprayed everywhere itches were going, I could sleep 8 hours without a bloody pillowcase. That sounds disgusting, right? So, and Tim is saying that antihistamines like Benadryl works for him. Sometimes classic medications will work, but for those of us who, yeah, in fact, there's a study that Benadryl is helpful in some people with MS. There's always, so you can look that up, Benadryl or antihistamines and MS, the relationship, because in PubMed, uh, it's all over the internet. You can find these studies. So the other thing, the big thing that I got from you guys, and this is years ago, because that is a symptom. That we just don't like. And back when I had it, they didn't know it was connected with them. They, so once again, I've had trigeminal neuralgia. I've had what is it? Tonic spasms, which related to the seizure activity. That's not seizure. It's I've had all these before they knew they were associated with MS. So I've gone to libraries, medical libraries, and I had this before the internet. I studied. I got doctors' books. In fact, if you look at my bookshelf, you'll find books on neurology, on let's see, dermatology, neurology. I This is before I had to study this. I had to study this. What else works for the MS? Hi, Diana. I had a swim. I hadn't swam in a week and hadn't bathed in 5 days. All right, there I said it. I didn't feel like jumping in the tub. So I swam yesterday. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh, I loved the temperature in the pool was 83. I had my neoprene in, and I'll tell you, I just loved it. Loved it. The instructors have perfected my stroke, and I just now I'm doing it right. Diana, it's good. You made the jump. Okay, so the other thing that works with the message for when apple cider vinegar doesn't work, Listerine. If you can get it, actually, they didn't discuss whether it was Listerine, the yellow stuff or the minty stuff. But if you mix 50% Listerine and 50% water, right? And I believe the menthol and the Listerine will change a lot of times, right? It'll change that. Let me finish my thought. It'll change your perceived feeling. So it's itching. You spray that on, all of a sudden it's tingling. And well, tingling, it works. It works, right? If you've got itchiness on your arms, you can spray that. You can, and Summer Lady says that dry skins, that aches, wakes, oils have been found to, so she's got, Summer Lady says that she's got an itch caused by dry skin, which is a little different. We'll address that in a minute. The MS itch I'm talking about is like the MS. It's akin to paresthesia, right? It is very similar to pins and needles on your legs, or the burning sensation, or the stingers you get. It's a neurological uh, feeling we get, like it's phantom pain. I walk around feeling like I have the flu all the time. I'm always hurting my bones, my muscles. Sometimes it's worse than others. Is it real, or is it not real? Again, just because it can't be seen, it can't be verified. Just because of that doesn't mean that I went to a pain clinic forever, and what do they say? Because they say, what kind of pain do you have? And I said, fake pain. I feel like I'm in pain, but there's no, yeah, it's like fibromyalgia, but I don't have that, right? It's MS. So I say it's phantom pain. It's baloney, and the doctors all have said, if you feel it, it's real to you. And that's huge when they say that. So knowing that I'm dealing with something that I perceive is itch, but there's no fungal, no bacterial, no allergy, no inflammation. There's nothing that's causing the itch. It's neurological, right? It's neurological. That's why the changing of the neurological sensation with apple cider vinegar or Listerine 50-50 with water in a spray bottle, it works. It works. It works. It works. So if you have MS itch, and even if you don't have MS itch, you need a book, a folder that says you have got to, uh, uh, in case of emergency, this is an emergency case thing. So you have a little notebook that says MS itch. You've got to have this, because at some point with MS, you'll have it. Same thing with the MS hug. There's different things that we need in our emergency kit. Well, we've got our bladder problems, right? We need to reassess how our bedrooms and our bathrooms are. We need to do that. All right. So now that I've talked about the MS itch, right? Let's talk about what Summer Lady is saying. If you have a suggestion with MS itch, please put it on, but and so I can read it. This here I did in 2008. I did a video. Was it 2008? Yeah, 2008. Did a video of MS itch, and that has gone, it's gone viral, like 30,000 people, viral on a small scale, 30,000 people or 45, whatever, watched it, but I needed to help you. Diana, all right, so Summer Lady talks about dry skin that wakes her up. Uh, so Summer Lady, it, what I have found is CeraVe has a cream. It's called It's CeraVe. It's in a jar for rough and bumpy skin, and it's also for people with eczema, those kind of, with itchy skin. I have that too because of dry. As we age, it dries. Our skin dries. All of a sudden, I've always had oily hair and skin. All right, so now I got to oil the skin, and oils don't seem to work on me. And everybody is different, so you get to try different things. But the CeraVe, rough and bumpy skin. Hi, Phil. See, after swimming, Diana, after swimming, if I put that on my body, it is moist and it doesn't. It moisturizes and it doesn't itch. It prevents me from itching. Sometimes I'm in too big of a hurry. Don't laugh at me. Hurry is, yeah, hurry. Yeah, I like Sarah B. Too big of a hurry to let me finish my thought to put moisturize on after I'm done swimming. In the summer, it's even worse. So I watch people, and some people bring oils or creams to the pool. The best thing I like doing is sunscreen. You bring sunscreen to the pool outside. The dome is coming off. Yay! And I mean the tent over the pool, so that's coming off at the gym. So I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, so what we have to do is if I don't use a moisturizing cream after, if I'm in a hurry, hi Rob, if I'm in a hurry, what happens? I end up, in fact, I should show you. I end up with holes or different, it's a balancing act. Uh, and I'm tiny. So I end up with scratching, so because you don't realize when you sleep or you're going through life, you're busy scratching yourself or itching. It is awesome. Hi, Rob. God bless. God has blessed me. God has blessed me. Summer will be here before you know it. And I love you, Phil. I love you. He's our local rock star. Local. I think you're Maryland's rock star. But anyway, yes, and I'm a summer. You know what? I'm a spring baby, June 9th. But I'll tell you what, there is. I always tell people. I've always said this. I will not be dying in the spring because I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss the spring. Wouldn't miss the spring. It's just yeah. If I have to pick a season, that late fall, all right before the holidays. Isn't it something? I think most people die in late fall because they don't want to. They just don't want to do winter. I do. You know what? Got a good song for this Saturday. No, Phil, before you say what song are you going to sing on Saturday? Give us an insight. Good morning, Chris. I tried voting today. I'll vote again tomorrow. Chris has a puppy. What are they called? Not a schnauzer. Um, Shih Tzu. A Shih Tzu. It's a beautiful Shih Tzu, right? And she's entering a contest. That's great. All right, Phil. Kashmir is gonna be performing My Way on Facebook. So what you have to do if you're watching me is look at Phil Cashmeyer. It's you see his name right there. So bookmark that and tune in. Saturday he's gonna do my way, talking about my way, my way. All right. I'm no singer, but I'll sing. All right, so uh, okay, so where was I going with that? Y- I lost my train of thought. Let me see. Okay, so we talked about the MS itch. We talked about cream. We talked about. Oh, that's right. Your little Shih Tzu, Chris Epperson. If you can vote for her dog, it's free vote every day on Facebook. If you can vote for her dog, right, it gives her the chance to get much needed funds to help her pay for her MS stuff. And she's got the cutest dog. Again, go to Chris Kris Epperson Epperson. You will see on Facebook, and you'll see your dog and vote. Vote. Let's make sure she gets the cash prize. Let's get everybody with MS behind her. Everybody. Oh, it's Chris, Kris, Ronnie. And Chris, Kris, Ronnie, Ronnie, Epperson. Epperson. Vote for her dog. Vote. And you can vote every day for free. All right. So if you're on Facebook, let's bring it to her. So I'm doing my best every day. I'm trying, and I'm not even using the phone. I'm not even after this. I like to turn it off because I'm practicing. Hi Manny. So we're talking about MSH, apple cider vinegar, and water 50-50. That or Listerine, 50% Listerine and 50% water. CeraVe. Hi, CeraVe has rough and bumpy skin that we need to rub on right when we get out of a shower. I know we're supposed to take cool showers, but how many people actually take cool showers? I'm at a point in my life where after I'm done swimming in the pool, I go into the gym and I take a hot shower because you can roll in. I roll my walker in and I take a hot shower, so hot that I can't walk. But I sit there on the chair. I sit on the chair and I dry my hair and I put my moisturizer on. How many, and so some people say, in fact, doctors, what did they used to say to us? You don't want to be hot. You don't want to be hot. And the reason why, think about that, people used to die in jacuzzi and they still die. People with MS die in jacuzzis. Why? Because we get in, we're able bodied, we get in. This is when I could walk. I was in Arizona. And Diana, getting in the pool, getting out of the pool, it's air conditioning because the dry heat, right? All of a sudden, it could be 120 degrees. You get out of the pool, if it is 0% humidity, you start freezing because it's evaporative principles. So you get into the jacuzzi to warm up your bones, right? What happens when your bones are warm? All of your nerves now are so swollen that you can't see, you can't balance, you can't use those legs to get out of the jacuzzi. So this is public jacuzzi. My mom, Brian, the world's watching me, and I'm crippled in the jacuzzi because I've effectively baked myself into a point. A blurry vision, uh, anything, incontinence, balance, everything that has ever happened with MS wise is happening times 50. So you can't get out of the jacuzzi. People who go in the jacuzzi with MS by themselves, so nobody's around. Now you're stuck like a cork in a jacuzzi with nothing working, and you guess what? Can't get out. So you boil to the you die you die because you can't go down. Bad, 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 bad. But the longer you have MS, the more you realize it's only temporary. So all I have to do is take a really, really hot shower, right? And just either take my time to slowly cool down or because I feel so good. You feel so good. Or take a cold shower, which is what Chris says. Take a cold shower. Yeah, and forget it, Chris. I'm not taking a cold shower. I'm always cold. I swim with neoprene. But anyway, what is okay for Scooter? You still, you know what? It's true. Water is okay. And so I could bring my scooter in and but the battery is it even though it's in its own compartment underneath of the battery, there's water. The scooter's in and I've been using my walker a lot, but yeah, Diana, that heat, we suffer from that heat as you, uh, where Gina? Gina, are you here? Because Gina's in the same boat as you and me. There's those of us I know with different levels of progression. There's some people who don't have this problem at all, but Gina, you and me are at this point when you've had MS longer than most everybody. Where's Karen? Karen these days. Uh, uh, when you've had it so long, you have new symptoms that nobody's ever had before because guess what? They people with MS that were as bad, that started getting as bad as Diana, as you, or as Gina, or me, we died. We died before we had the it's thermal regulatory disorder. That means your body can't sweat to cool itself down. It can't heat up, so if you get in the water, if you can't maintain a body temperature that is a consistent level, not too hot, not too cold, swimming in the water it can be dangerous. You can get into 80-degree water, and if you've had MS a long time and experience hypothermia after a while, right? So you get in the pool and without a wetsuit and you do your laps and it's 80 degrees. What happens is that you end up you feeling rigid, starting to shake, and all of a sudden your body decides that it wants to warm up the water. So it starts dropping in temperature. It's the darndest thing. Same thing with heat. We get too hot, right? Or too cold. So it's great to be outside in the pool when it's hot out because when you swim, in fact, when the sun's on the pool and you're swimming, you can feel the solar activity of the water go or the sun going through the pool. But by the way, I need to tell all of you. I need to tell you, Gina. I need to tell all of you, we need to get in the pool. We need to get in the pool. There's balance exercises that's free on the MS Society web page, or no, it's the MS Foundation has balance exercises you can do in the pool, cheek to cheek. It's core stabilizing. We need to do that. We Everybody can do laps. I did laps next to a triathlete who has been training me to do laps. I was faster than him. He wasn't using his legs, but guess what? I was faster. There's a gal that came to me and said, I know you're disabled, but you are really fast. You should consider joining our women's triathlete program. Triathlete! Oh my gosh, how fun! So I just, it's no, we're not out, we're not out. So I implore you, Dennis, I implore you. You know what? I demand of you. You know what? If you are watching this, if you're watching me, if you're a meerkat, if you're a MS suffer, if you have lost the ability to hold anything without dropping it, everything, right? How many times can you lean over? You don't need to stretch your hamstrings because you're standing upright and you're dropping everything. You're always stretching your hamstrings, right? There are pull exercises. There's therapy. If you don't feel like learning laps, which I think everybody with MS need, what happens when one door closes? God opens another door, and I'm here to tell you that, yeah, I've always swam, but I like to jump around. I'm a little hyper, right? I've always swam, but I never did laps. I never swimming was in case the ferry sunk and you needed to make it to shore. I could swim anyway using anything, but now I can swim a half mile every day, and I'll do that in the summer. In the summer, I'm swimming big time. In the winter, it's every other day because I've got thermoregulatory disorder, and that is a mental issue. That is something you have to talk yourself into doing something, even if it's like, what? And I got to be careful of my beautiful pool people, right? Because what do? They say, "How you doing, Dulci?" And I'm like, I don't feel like being here. I just want to read a book. I don't want to play. And they look at me. Bruce yesterday looked at me. He's got his own struggles. Now everybody's got their own struggles. He looks at me and he says, "It's okay, Dulcie. You should have a day. You should do nothing. You should no, no. I needed to be there. You just do you, a lot of you watching this still subscribe to the fact that you think you're a warrior. If you think you're a warrior, you've got to stay in the fight. You've got to stand up for the challenge. If you're a crusader, or if what do we do? Wait, uh, Crusaders drafted into the war, right? Warriors enlist in the war, right? I'm going to join the army. That is a warrior. A crusader is somebody who's been drafted. You will go and you will fight the good fight. I would never join this army, so I'm not a warrior. I'm not a warrior. I'm a crusader. I'm dealing with that, and I'm sharing. And I want you guys to share with me. Uh, you know what? And Diana, it's funny because I'm sitting here in Maryland, And I've got a lot of options in my future with retirement, with all of these. Okay, Dee Dee, that's a good question. Real quick, I've got a lot of options, but the fact is the Bible reminds us, and I reminded everyone with the bookmarker that I came for my own rules. I have to read this twice a day, right? You know what? Let's pray, and I'll pray us out. When I pray us out, I'm gonna talk about everything. Your bladder, Diana, is so bad right now. So I gotta ask you, what can you do, Diana? What can you do? What are you doing to help other people with bladder issues? Again, I had that stimulation unit, put it in, surgically implanted in my body, uh, um, to regulate bladder. There's diapers. There's but you and I take two of the cranberry supplements in the morning and at night. I've graduated with that. Uh, so there's certain things that you've got to put in your emergency kit. Dee Dee, you talk about CeraVe. I wouldn't use the rough and bumpy skin on my face. I would. CeraVe has, and CVS is a knockoff, and it's very much like CeraVe. It's facial moisturizer. It is for your face. I love it. It's got ceramides in it. See if you can get one with SPF. SPF for your face, SPF, high SPF. What I really like, it's called Isodin, ISIN, by Efona, EFONA. I love that on my face. It is, uh, um, it's zinc oxide, and you get the tinted stuff, so it doesn't have chemicals that go into your skin. It's not, no chemicals will cause cancer, and a container lasts so long. It's called Isodin. Diana, Diana says she has, all right, everything you've tried is failing, and you have to have your bladder removed. And that's a scary thing. It's a scary thing when you get an organ removed. Yes, I knew that you were thinking, not thinking, you were advised to do that a while back. Yes. So she's reminding us that she's canceled it 3 times. So I want to know, Diana, the reality is that you have to have it removed. I want to know, how can you live positively without a bladder, right? Instead of looking at the negatives, right, Diana, right? Instead of looking at the witch or the old woman, how can we look at it as a thing of beauty? I mean, gosh, if it prolongs your life and it improves your ability to live, why why don't you have it, if have it removed? It's not working for you. Get rid of it, right? And I know you all have said this. I know because I said this early on when my knee started giving out, and asking the neurologist. Hi, Jane. Jane, you're here. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Jane, I love it that you're here. I've been thinking about you in Ecuador. So, you know what? Back to what I was saying. How many of us have gone to our neurologist and asked, why don't you just chop off my left leg? It's getting in or chop off my leg. It's getting in the way. Give me some of give me a prosthetic that I can use, right? Wire, bypass the, well, it's logical, bypass the area of my spine that's not making it work. It's right. Am I crazy or am I not? Am I not? Am I, how can, when I was into sales at Liberty Mutual up in the Northwest in Seattle area near you, Jane, uh, um, my boss used to say, no, you can't do that. You can't. I lived in Tacoma. My territory was Seattle. And I used to say to her, I want to sell in Tacoma. I want to sell my insurance, my property and casualty. I want to sell. I've got so many friends. Let me sell in Tacoma. She says, no, we have an office in Tacoma. You can't do that. I can't do that. Can't is not a word for me. So I would go to her and I'd say, how can I do it? How can I overcome? Because every obstacle God puts in our lives is a chance to overcome it. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk a little bit of the Bible, all right? And the story is Joseph, right? It's Joseph. And in anxiety, I want to talk about anxiety. Right, anxiety. Remember Joseph in Genesis 41, Genesis 41, he interprets dreams. And Pharaoh had a dream that 7 cows came out of the water and they were fat. And 7 cows came out of the water to eat beside them, and they were really skinny, really skinny. So Pharaoh asked everybody, asked the pagans, asked the witch people, the everybody, all the dream interpreters to interpret his dream, and he didn't like any of that. Well, he calls in Joseph, and he says, "What's going on? Hi, Chris. What's going on with my dream?" And Joseph says, "Well, clearly it is that we're going to have 7 years of fat growth of produce of good things and 7 years of bad things of no food of so uh, this here is a lesson to us because uh, do we look at saving? Do we have anxiety? Food prices going up. Do we have anxiety over the future of our MS? Do Diana? Here's an example. Do you have anxiety about having your bladder removed? Right? Do we have anxiety? Yes, do I have anxiety about potentially getting worse, losing my ability to stand up and sit down? Well, not that so much, but without falling over. I've got to work on balancing exercise, even though it's more fun to swim. Do I do that, or is it? Think about it. Joseph was taking Pharaoh put him in charge, so Joseph stored up everything for everyone, right? Well, the people were so busy worrying that they're not going to get a solution for this itch. They're not going to be able to live without a bladder. Where they're not. Oh, this is follow me just for a minute. All these people that worry that they're not going to have food. Remember, Joseph had all of his brothers, his 11 brothers, who tried to kill him and sell him as a slave. They didn't know he was alive. They're back on his family's with his dad, starving. So the dad says, "Go in and seek out." Hi, Tim. Seek out. Go in and find food. Go in and see this person. So he sent him in. But guess what? Guess what? Food was there for them, for all of his brothers who never saved up, right? Never saved up anything because God wanted them to be the 12 tribes of Judah. God had big plans, and God has big plans for you and for me. And how is that happening? That is not by having anxiety, not having fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So we need to trust that famine will always happen. Famine, there's evil. In Matthew, the book of Matthew, it says, "Be thee not deceived. Many will come in my name to deceive, and I will deceive many." It's Christ said he's going to deceive many. And we need to be more to him because Joseph, God provided for his family. But guess what? Joseph is out there. There is Joseph for all of us. So we don't have to have the answer for our problem. We don't. God will send the answer to our problem. Diana, you know, it, you know what, Diana. So going back to a big problem, right? Having your bladder removed. It's like you could if you said that in a bunch of healthy people, they would be appalled. I am looking at you, Diana, and I'm saying that suppose you're one of the 11 tribes that Joseph, we've got brothers and sisters. Remember, I'm your sister. So perhaps you can lean into some wisdom of your sister because I believe God is talking through my words. Because I'm telling you, if you ask my husband, you ask anybody, no one listens to me anymore. Because if I'm in a crowd, I've got a soft voice and the cognitive issues. I will pause and I'll think I have something to add to that. And there's such passionate people who want to get their opinion and that I don't matter. That's why I'm really liking the hour because I know that you listen to me. But to give you an idea, I had no focus, and I took half a Ritalin this morning, and I took the other half right before the show because I was in a haze. Now go back, Diana, to having your bladder removed. That's heavy stuff, right? It's heavy. It's like ugh. I've got my saved up wheat. I've got my saved up. People are going out and buying copious amounts of flour and toilet paper and stuff, thinking that it's it's going to protect them from the future. But some of us are called to store, like Joseph, to store up for and share with others, and other of us are called to be obedient to God. Just and not. I know my husband likes to look at what's going on with Ukraine, what the and Russia and the trucking and food prices, and I still now for 2 months I still don't have a car because my 2019 car, uh, uh, I drove it into, I, Eric, I didn't, it was my fault. I wrecked my car, but I didn't wreck it enough to get it replaced. I wrecked it enough that all the parts should take 2 months to get. So what is it? What is it? It's trusting that if we are obedient in the Word, in the Bible, I love this is my original Bible. If we're in the Word, God will talk through us, and we will see the beauty of the blessings around us. Oh my goodness. Guess what, Diana? Guess what, everybody? Guess what? In fact, I said to my husband, I said, do you see how blessed God is to me? I always say, and I stole it from somebody. I want you to steal. When people come up to me and they say, "How are you?" My response is, "I'm incredibly let's see. I am highly favored and incredibly blessed. Or no, maybe it's backwards. I'm incredibly blessed and highly favored because when you get into the Word of God, often you can see Joseph around you. Things are provided for me. Um, let me tell you something. In 2005, we were looking at losing this house, uh, uh, foreclosure. We were looking at that. We're looking because couldn't make ends meet. It was really bad. The people there are people that were so disappointed in me, um, and are still so disappointed in who I used to be. Tim, I have created how I was. Uh, I used to be before MS, before my relationship with God. Um, I used to be, there's so I'm sorry that I just got this. There's so much, but when you're devout in God, when you He makes it very clear. Do I want to do MS Live every Tuesdays and Thursdays? I am not cognitively able to carry on a conversation with a group of people because they're impatient. They want to talk, and what I have to say. Sometimes it's important, but you know what? God will bring you Josephs, the people who've stored up what you need. And Diana, what is the drawbacks? Look at the drawbacks of having your bladder removed, and then look at the positives. And go with us. Tell us how we can live with that positivity. Yeah. And you know what? This piggybacks on hi and Jen. It piggybacks on who we're supposed to be in Christ. Who are we supposed to be, right? When no one can count on anything being truthful. The news is Ukraine bad or is Russia bad? What is it? Well, some people tell me one thing and another people tell me another thing. Are the Democrats bad or are the Republicans bad? All right. Or is it just to get you off your game? Is it just to create disappointment? Hi, Kizzy. Is it just to create angst, anxiety on look what's coming at us? They're going to take guns. They're going to uh, require everybody to do things that are going to hurt us. Uh, is that important, or is it important that we go out in the world and we become concrete love? It's something that is, I'm telling you, I was at the pool yesterday, sitting there playing a game, playing a video game. Uh, um, just just 1 minute. There's a well, I've got a no notice thing where neighbors can come up and walk in, and I've got a neighbor right there, and I can't, Anyway, but the bottom line is that in a world where you can't count on grabbing a pull grabbing something that is stable in life, right? We have to look at what is stable. We have to be aware of the Josephs, of the people who saved for us, because we didn't save. Guess what? You don't have to save. You just have to be aware of the people that want to help you. Like the neighbor just pulls up in the driveway and then now is talking with my husband. He answered the door, and good things happen. He comes in and he makes things happen for us. And we try to make things happen for us, but it's uneven. There are givers and we have to do that. Look at the beauty in the world. Look at the people coming to be part of the solution. Don't be part of the problem. Part of the problem, and I have to be aware of this, is when I'm sitting with family, when I'm sitting with people who don't want to necessarily hear what I have to say because they're more passionate about what they have to say. What I have to do is not be angry at people who don't listen to me, right? That's not my job. It's a lesson of God telling me to be patient, be loving, just smile, just smile. Because do I really think I've got that much to say, much to impart? Without you guys, there is no show. Without, and Diana is saying he has a plan. I hope to come back before my bladder is removed. And you know what? When you have your surgery scheduled, um, and Diana, give me your email, please. Do you know what? Do I have to send out you know what? I'll send everybody who's on MS Live, Kizzy, or I'll send you all out each other's email addresses again and contact information. I need to do that. I need to do that because that's what I see that you need. All right. Let's encourage each other uh, and let's be trained to see what we have to do. Do we have to stockpile bladders, Diana? Do we? All right. Did you? Is there anything you could have done to save up for the fact that your bladder was going to have to be removed anyway, right? Is there? So worrying. Tell me, worrying about it when you were first diagnosed, would that have changed the fact that you have to have your bladder removed, right? Do, does that change? Does worrying change the future? Does preparing change the future? How do we be comforted? And Jan, did you ever get a bookmark? I gave Mom one, but you know what? I need to send you one because on the back there are rules that I use for myself because life is hard, not just for people with MS. Right, Tim? Life is hard for everyone. I talked to a young gal at the pool yesterday that is convinced she's got a mental disorder. And how do you sit there at 53, going on 54? How do you sit there and look at a 19-year-old and you know it's society eroding. It's eroding this beautiful, beautiful child. Um, we have to cleave to each other. We have to inspire. We have to be the concrete for those people who are suffering worse than we are. We live, James 4:14. We are all part of a cloud. We're a blessed cloud. We are a blessed cloud because you don't know what it's like. It's hard to recognize people suffering until you're in the pit of it, right? You're in the pit of suffering. You're about to lose your bladder. You're about to lose your bladder. Well, God, so somebody will come up to you and they'll say, "Oh, did your pants not working?" And you're like, "Yeah, sorry, we'll change the Vesicare." And it's like, "Oh, you are complaints. You do you do you prompt them, Diane? Do you say, you can always change medicine? I had my bladder removed. Everybody can get in a pissing contest. We need to pray. We need to be patient with ourselves and with others, especially, the world is filled with porcupine people that are just encroaching on us. And I need us all to cleave together and be, if we can't be Joseph's, if we can't store up and get the word of God, God will call you to uh, to exploit the talent He gave you for Him. He'll call you. He'll also bring you abilities to make it happen. Can I do this? Can I do MS Live? Can I host with having MS for 30, probably 38 years now? Not being cognitively there. He makes this happen with all the bumps and he makes this happen. Does He do it for me? Does He do it for me? I mean, I know He loves, because that Joseph's come around, and I've got a charmed life. I talked about the Luce's house. Guess what happened? There was somebody who was not talking to me who sent me the exact amount I was behind on the mortgage, the exact amount to the. That is how God provides Joseph's for you. If you know what, God will always provide the exact amount. This happens all the time. I need a car, I get one. I need a ride, I need balance. I was having a problem putting on my neoprene, and everybody wants to help me, and it's better to let them help you, right? So that they can feel like they're a Joseph, they are providing. If sorry, echoing, but providing, they. Let's allow people to be angels. Let's recognize the Josephs. Let's thank them, and let's encourage other people with the things that God has given you to be a blessing about. So, Heavenly Father, right now I just ask that you bless everybody who is struggling, uh, everybody with MS itch, Lord. May they watch this whole thing and come up with solutions for this miserable feeling they may have, so that they can be instruments of thy peace. Just direct us, take away our pain, show us how we can live without a bladder, and bless Diana. Oh, she's such a good part of this. Thank you for Jane. She's in Costa Rica, and she's here with us, Lord. We love each other, and only through your power, Lord, allow us to recognize the Josephs in our lives and be the Josephs with the gifts you've given us. In Jesus' name, I pray, Amen. Love you all. And Chris, I'm sorry I'm echoing, but you know what? I'm very close to not doing this on Facebook anymore. Uh, it just, anyway. I love you all, and I will see you on Thursday. God bless you, and thank you for the time check, Chris. And we'll see you on Thursday. Jane, come on back. Thank you, Gina. Love you. Love y'all. Bye.